Welcome, Aquarius and Aquarius cross watchers, to your reading for this month. So we're going to get the overall situation and then what each of you is thinking and feeling about each other and the relationship, and then actions or intentions towards each other. And of course, we'll pull clarifiers as we need to. If you're new here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. I'm sorry I've been so spotty with uploading. I'm working on it. So we're going to start with, hold on for a second. We're going to start with your person here. What is Aquarius's person? Okay, so we got the Ten of Pentacles reversed. Uh-oh. What are they feeling about Aquarius? We have the Three of Cups or Three of Water. What are their actions or intentions towards Aquarius? Ace of Earth. Oh, somebody effed up. Yep. I'm not going to swear, but somebody done effed up, Aaron. Like that. That's just kind of what I'm... It looks like they're going to try to restart. Or it's almost like they're waiting to see if there's still a chance. Hold on. And then you have the Four of Air. So that's the Four of Swords, right? That's that energy of... in the regular deck, it's someone that is sleeping on top of a sword, and then there's three swords. And what's Aquarius? Hold on. Oh, that's good. Because we have the Sun reversed here. I feel like you're going to be, I don't know how else to say this, but you're going to be like feeling yourself this month, you know? Like you're going to feel like you're in your element. It doesn't feel like it's in a, you know, in an arrogant way. It feels more like, it's almost like if you haven't felt that about yourself in a while, like truly, doesn't mean that you have acted any different outwardly, but it just feels like there's going to be a bounce in your step or a more confident walk. People that don't know you well probably wouldn't notice anything different, but the people that know you well, it's almost like they're looking at you like, oh, Aquarius is back. It's almost like their energy, the people that can see it, they're kind of like, oh, finally. Because they've been like, it's almost like it was really hard for them to see you that way. I feel like whatever that energy is, it's almost like they knew that you were going through it. They knew that if you... So here's the thing. It's almost like they knew that if you were in dire straits or you really needed help, you would reach out. But they also know it's almost like that you're not going to reach out unless you absolutely have to. And they kind of wish that you didn't always have to go through things alone, or didn't always choose. Like, they understand and they're not going to pry, and they don't want to change you, but it's almost like they just wish that you knew that you didn't have to do it alone. Whoever that person is, they really admire you. Then we have Patience, or that would be Temperance, with the Nine of Swords at the bottom. So, Aquarius. This person over here, I just put my hands on both, but this person over here, it's like they're trying to do all of the laws of attraction and visualizing, absolutely anything that they can do to draw your energy over to them. I'm not really seeing if it's working or not. I mean, obviously that would be up to you anyway. It's almost like they're doing all this stuff with like energy and trying to get your attention that way. it just doesn't really look like they're doing anything. Like actually doing, like they're doing all the, spirituality stuff, but it's that the difference between like what a lot of people may misinterpret as manifestation, right? Like manifestation, of course, you have to get yourself into that headset and all that sort of stuff, or into that mindset of whatever it is that you want and start living that way. But you also then have to start making different choices, right? Like that's what the mindset gives you, is it's like you choose to live in a different way. And in that you make different choices and your life changes. And that's how like you still have to do things. And it almost feels like there's a roadblock for this person, or there's some sort of, it's almost like they can't, not that they can't think about moving forward. It's almost like they're not quite there. They know you're not coming back, or something along those lines. It's almost like, how dare, either they're thinking this or they believe that you think this, almost like, how dare they come back? How dare they even try? So I want to stress, okay, with what I'm about to say next, it feels like for some of you, like if they stepped out, or if they did something that was really inappropriate in that vein, they know they really hurt you. And I just want to say, like, if you don't already know that to be true, they know they crossed a line, but that doesn't mean that like they stepped out on you if what they actually did was something totally different, right? Like they lied to you about something or whatever. It's not, if that isn't your situation, please don't apply it. Anyway, it's almost like part of them, they know that they hurt you, and I feel like even they're not sure if they deserve another chance just yet. It's almost like, oh, this is a bit heartbreaking. They wish that you would, but it's almost like they know you well enough to know that you would have to compromise your values to do so. And it's like they want you back, but they're kind of hoping that you won't. They hope they didn't change you. They really, whatever happened, from what I'm seeing, they really did not walk into this situation with the intention to hurt you. It doesn't mean that they didn't hurt you. It doesn't mean that they knowingly made, that they, like, even if they knowingly made choices that would hurt you, it's not like they're sitting over here with, Pollyanna syndrome, acting like they're completely innocent and, it was just situational, blah, blah, blah. It's more like they really didn't want to hurt you. They understand that they did. But from what I'm feeling, it genuinely wasn't their intention. It feels kind of like an energy that would, if they were able to do this in any capacity, that they would keep an eye out for you. This is an older house and it creaks sometimes, and it just creeps me out because I can only partially hear it because I've got headphones on. So sorry, I just thought I heard something. Anyway, it does kind of feel like the type of energy that would, it's almost like they would want to make sure that you're being treated well, but not to the extent that they're going to intervene unless, something was off the wall and they had to or something. It's not like they want to insert themselves into your life, but if they didn't feel that it would be overstepping their bounds here, they would want to make sure that you're okay. Something really didn't go well for them. I feel like this person made a choice, almost like they made a gamble somehow. May not have been like actually gambling, but they took a risk. And it really didn't work out. I feel this might be really specific, but it's almost like, oh no. For those of you that the third party thing is, it's like they took a chance on somebody else. And it's that energy of like, as soon as they got that person, they were like, oh, F no. F no. You know what I mean? It's that moment of like, well, it's great that they realize it, but, you know, decisions were made. For those of you that it isn't a third party, they stepped out sort of situation, it feels like they lied to you about something. It's almost like it could be like maybe they have a lot of credit card debt, or they have, you know, a child that you didn't know about, or it just feels like there's something that's very like, why would you not tell me? They know they should have told you. They feel like they would have lost you if they would have told you. And it feels, from what I'm seeing, that like you wouldn't have been happy about it, but it didn't have to be like this if they had been honest, and they understand that now. It feels more like it's insecurity on their part that made the cookie crumble that way. It's almost like I'm getting this energy off of them, like, oh, F, like I did it again. It's this energy of feeling like they keep sabotaging. If this has been kind of like an on and off thing with you guys, or other relationships that were really important to them, it feels to them that like if they had acted differently, this could have really been something. I don't know if, you know, if it was a relatively new relationship, they might be romanticizing it, almost lamenting over it. It's almost like they get into this headspace where they get in this kind of like morose energy, like, I can't believe I lost that, whatever it is. And then they get into this thing where like it's almost like a downward spiral where they start to think about like what it could have been, and it's like they're looking at the situation through like reminiscing about it. But it's like they're reminiscing about things that never even happened in the first place. It's that type of a thing. I'm hearing them say like, oh, I'm such an F up. So on your end here, I feel like whatever happened, you've got a lot of clarity and a lot of peace about it. It feels like there's one more thing here that it's almost like you know that you need to let go of it. Hold on for a second. And it's almost like you're capable of letting it go, but you're not quite ready to let it go yet. You're kind of holding it. You're enjoying your moment. Not that you're enjoying being upset, but it's almost like you're just kind of enjoying something about this moment. For some of you, it could be that it's like you're really proud of the situation somehow, maybe proud of how you handled yourself, or it's almost like there's something about the whole thing that it's like this person over here is like, oh, I did it again. And you're over here like feeling that same emotion, but from a sense of pride. Not that you did it again, but it's like for example, may not be the actual situation, but if it's been like a back and forth or on and off type of a relationship and it's done now, like done, I feel like you're in an energy where like, oh, I finally did it. I finally pulled, you know, that sword out of my own chest type deal. It's that type of an energy. And that might be where that energy is coming from, where it's like where the people around you are like, oh, finally. It's almost like they can breathe easy because they know that you're back. There's something here that's leaving you feeling a bit exposed, a bit vulnerable. It's almost like there's something about you that they see. You're not upset about having shared that with them. It just leaves you feeling a bit vulnerable. Hold on for a second. I'm just looking at which deck we're going to use to clarify that. What is that? What's a clarifier for what's Aquarius is feeling vulnerable or kind of exposed about? So Page of Pentacles. It's almost like you might have had one of those moments where you guys tell each other you're, oh, Six of Wands on both sides. Like something that you're really afraid of, or, like you're the biggest dream that you have, or it feels like it's something that it's almost like, it's not like people could make fun of you for it. I just heard another knock. Oh, I think there's a squirrel on the roof. Okay. Anyway, it feels like it's not something this person could use against you or anything like that. It feels more that it's something that was really private that you hadn't really shared with anybody yet, but you shared it with this person. And it's almost like a part of them knows that they should keep it to themselves. But I kind of feel like, I'm not so sure that they will. It's almost like they might use that to like, so I'm almost seeing like them like in a kitchen at someone's like a get together or a gathering or whatever. And everybody is kind of like saying stupid stuff about exes and they bring that up. And it's almost like when they do, they're like, damn it. It's almost like that was the last thing that was just the two of you and they've severed it. And when that happens, it's almost like whatever ties have been holding you together, they're gone. If you're feeling like there's one thing that's holding you back, it feels like it's almost like there's this little, like, how when you feel like there's something, scratchy or itchy in your pants, but then you go to feel it and you're like, oh, there's nothing there, but it still feels, and it ends up being like one of those little plastic things from when you cut the tags off. You just couldn't quite get to it. That's kind of how it feels. It's not huge. It's not big. It's just kind of annoying. Okay. So can we get one more card? Three of Wands. They're going to wait for a bit. I feel like they are going to, it's almost like if you guys were in the same room and you get up to walk around, you can feel their eyes following you. It doesn't feel like it's, hang on for a second. Yeah. They're surprised that you don't look up. They're surprised that like if you're just done and you've cut them off, they seem to be a bit surprised that you were able to do that. It's almost like part of them is like, not could you really do it, but is what they did, does that really deserve the energy they're getting from you? And it's like, as soon as they start to question that, I feel like they're like, yeah, actually. You know, for all that this person is, they're not completely, you know, to put it in perspective, it feels like this is the kind of person that they want to be, like, to have a stronger character, but I feel like they want to be liked. They want people around them. They don't want to be alone. And I feel like because that's the goal, instead of like something with themselves or wanting to be better themselves, because they're kind of focused on external validation, they compromise the values that they actually have. And it's almost like because they did it so much, it muddied the waters and they couldn't tell what they actually wanted versus what the group wanted, or what they felt the group wanted them to do so they could continue to be accepted. So we have the Ace of Earth. So that's Ace of Pentacles upright and then Ace of Pentacles reversed. If there's an intensity coming from this person that you've been feeling, that's going to dissipate. It might take a little bit of time, right? You're the one that got away. That's what it is. And so it's like, to a certain extent, this person will kind of always carry a bit of a torch for you, but not in the sense that they're going to be crazy focused on you and all that type of stuff for forever. I feel like eventually, well, not eventually, but, you know, they eventually get that, like, they hurt you to the point that in this situation, from what I'm seeing, all is lost. Can we get one more? Oh. We have the Ace of Wands with the Six of Swords. It's almost like, this might sound strange, they seem to be focused on you for a while. For some of you, it could be that, like, there's a certain amount of focus that they continue to keep on you until you move on. It's almost like they're kind of like waiting for you to do that, or hoping that you'll do that so that they can finally let go and stop feeling bad about it. They don't want to feel like they've ruined the trajectory of your life type deal. And from what I'm seeing, I feel like it's almost like these are the things that they've kind of wanted to say to you, but it's almost like they didn't know how. They didn't know how to approach you. It's almost like it would have been too humbling to fit in with the character that they believe they are. And they're about to kind of, like, you know, bound away in the other direction. Just going to get one card for you here, and then I'll wrap it up. Okay. Oh, I thought I, like, dropped half the deck. So we have the Ace of Swords, Nine of Wands, and Ace of Pentacles. I feel like the energy that you're, excuse me, I feel like obviously you do let this situation go. It doesn't feel necessarily that there's bitterness or resentment coming from you. It's more like, I can't quite put my finger on what that is, what that emotion is. It's not haughty derision. It's hold on for a second. It's almost like a quiet exasperation. It's that sigh. It's that like, okay. It's that type of an energy. I'm not explaining that well. I realize that. Um, it's almost like a little bit of remorse, not because of, it's more like because you're letting go of something that it's almost like, even if you remove the emotional element here, you know that this person is selling themselves short. And to you, it feels like it's a lot of wasted potential. And I feel like when you kind of have worked all of the kinks out when it comes to that sort of thing, I feel like that's when you let go of this. And you almost kind of get a clearer head. If you've been feeling like there's just a lot of noise up there, it feels like it's because you're avoiding accepting something, because you have to accept something that you wanted to change, but now you realize you can't. It's almost like accepting. It's this energy of like, maybe at one point you felt like you could change the world, and you can, but there are some things that you can't change, the things that depend on other people's decisions because they have to make them, right? And it feels like it's a certain letting go. Um, my my mom told me once that life is just a series of letting go, and I feel like that's something that you're making peace with right now. So, Aquarius, I'll leave it there. I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And we will see you on the next one. Much love. Bye.